Hi folks, we welcome you once again to another edition of the Crusaders Corner. I'm Brian Rushing, and of course here with me today, we've got the Athletic Director for Belmont Abbey College, Stephen Miss, here with me. Coach, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me again, Brian.
Last weekend was a big weekend here on campus, certainly with the women's volleyball team winning in a 5th set match against Lees McRae. That was a big doing outside of the campus, certainly with the men winning their Raise the Red match here against Erskine, the women continuing their undefeated streak inside conference play. It was a big day on the field. However, it was just as big a day off the field. Coach, you're here to tell us about some of what that looked like this past weekend.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. I mean, obviously, our women's volleyball team going into Lees McRae and winning 23-21 in the 5th set was a big deal, bouncing back from the night before at King. And then the 2 matches here on the pitch, women kind of taking care of business, and then the men getting a big win that's going to probably set them up to be moving into the tournament, maybe moving up in the seeding a little bit, and having some opportunities there. But as you said, as great as those accomplishments were, you know, Chris Poore has coined the phrase Super Saturday for what happened here on campus the other day. And I think what we really want to talk about most and highlight here is the fact that we had the Special Olympians here on campus in the morning. All of our students who participate in athletics here at the college came down and got to see what those Olympians look like when they compete and really benefited from that experience. I think we had Gaston County represented, we had Mecklenburg County represented, and we had Caldwell County represented. There were 5 teams out here. Many of our students were assigned to those teams and did a great job. A huge tunnel for them all to run through, a lot of excitement, banners, posters, all you name it, they had it going on. The kids participating loved it, and it's a great thing here. But we also talk a lot about the fact that we're ambassadors here, and so we want to do things not only within our campus community, but outside our campus community as well. And so very proud of our wrestling program and our women's basketball program for going and participating in the Belmont Boo Festival, which happens every year here on Saturday. And both teams did a great job, and you know, our women's basketball team does a tremendous job at that event. They dress up, they're zombies, they're the Walking Dead, they're scaring people left and right out there. And I always wonder if once in a while we're going to get somebody complaining, but no, so far it's just been all in good fun, and everyone's understand afterwards. But if you've seen any pictures of them, they look the part. And then wrestling does double duty on this day. Not only are they involved in the Belmont Boo Festival, but they're helping at Catherine's house moving furniture in the morning. So again, just tremendous ambassadors, people that understand this concept of ripple effect that we talk about and how impactful they can be within our community. And so we're very proud of what happened here on Saturday.
Well, and now we're going to move forward a weekend. It's the final weekend of the regular season for soccer. So both the men and women are going to celebrate Senior Day out here. But more than that, we've got another event coming up that's going to try to lend more of itself to this excellence and virtue thing that we keep talking about around here. And it's going to be the Day of Giving. And Coach, I'd kind of like to let you have the opportunity to kind of tell everybody what next Saturday, the Day of Giving, is going to be like.
Well, that's very kind of you, Brian, but you know, it was your idea. This is where it germinated from, was a meeting that we had, and Brian actually brought it to our attention. And I want to back up for a second, though, because I think Coach Lynch and Coach Malalong might be a little upset with us. We're jumping ahead to Saturday. We're all excited about Limestone. 2 undefeated teams going head-to-head to determine who's going to be the regular season champ, who's going to have the high seed in the tournament. And but they got a game before that they're probably focused on. But we're pretty excited about the prospect. And again, mentioning the men's team as well, moving up, maybe getting them all the way up to 6 in the seeding, and that would mean no Pfeiffer, no Limestone in round 1 of the tournament.
Right.
Get to the semis, who knows what happens there. So very excited about what's going to happen on the pitch, but actually even more excited about what's going to happen kind of on the perimeter of the pitch, and that's the Day of Giving that you've talked about here. We are very excited, and I think we are living up to the standard of sportsmanship that we talk about, because we're going to do everything we can to be successful in these 2 matches, but we're actually going to do even more to be successful in bringing people here to raise some much needed relief for the people down in Columbia and in the low country of South Carolina. We're going to ask people to bring non-perishable items. We're going to ask people to bring cash, if they can do that. We're going to ask people to bring slightly used clothing and shoes, whatever you can do to try and make a contribution, because this stuff is desperately needed down there. People don't really understand the impact of the hurricane, I think, around here, because it didn't really affect us in the same way. But there is a lot of people in the limestone community who are still, their families back home are really struggling, and so we're trying to do our best to be good ambassadors, to be good sportsmen, and to really do what it is that we're called to do here, which is help out fellow men.
And Coach, with that, all we're asking you to do is to be here Saturday at Alumni Field to watch the 2 soccer matches transpire, and at the same time, if you would please, possibly bringing some bottled water, non-perishable food items, gently used clothing, shoes, certainly cash, any of these things that will help aid these folks as they try to get back on their feet from the flooding that ravaged South Carolina would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Coach, thank you so much for your time. We can't wait to see you out here this coming Saturday for our Day of Giving on the pitch as the Crusaders look to raise the red against Limestone. For the Crusaders Corner, this is Brian Rushing.